Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to another exciting episode. And as you can see, you guys can see my rod reel. So I think I'd done this one time before, but I was with all my catfish stuff. And I was requested by one of the subscribers to show you guys my three main rod and reel setups I like to do. So basically this one in my hand right here, white and green. You guys probably know the brand. It's from Lowe's and it's basically a Mach 1 speed stick. The reason why I like using this one is because I can basically throw any type of bait on there. I can throw a swim bait, a spinner bait, Texas rig, wacky rig, anything that's kind of heavy. But the only thing bad about it is I can't throw finesse stuff on it, which I got a rod in that and I'll get that to it later. But an overall rating of this speed stick, out of 10, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, it has very nice grip handles right here. And it also has one with where the pull is, has this like gold trigger. I know some of them all do, but it's kind of padded right here, and it feels very, very comfortable when I use it. Yeah, so basically about this rod, it's a 6 foot 10-inch rod, an action fast taper, and also it is a medium heavy, like I said. You can pretty throw much anything on there that has some decent weight to it. You just can't throw the finesse stuff, as already previously said. But overall, I give this, like I said, 9.5 out of 10 because I don't know. I kind of like it's a light rod and I like light rods. I really don't like any heavy rods, and it's pretty sensitive too when you catch a fish. So that's the reason why I like it. And it's also pretty easy to cast. So if you guys are a beginner out there, I would recommend buying this one. If you're a beginner for the bait caster, it shouldn't take you that long to learn how to do, but if you want it, go buy this Mach speed stick and it should give you pretty nice like a glimpse of how to throw a bait caster and all of that. So all previously I said a finesse. This is my two-piece, as you can see right here, ugly stick. I think it's a, how tall is this? This is a 5 foot rod. An ugly stick 2-piece 5 foot rod. As you can see, it's mainly for finesse stuff. You can see right here the little reel right there. You guys seen me in my previous videos. With this rod, since it's light, I like to throw finesse stuff. So basically, like little crankbaits about that big, some trout baits, little jig heads, anything that's small you can throw. But with this rod, I like it because you can throw anything on there and you can cast it very, very, very far. So again, if you're a beginner, I would recommend this rod and reel because you can cast it and it'll go super, super far. It's easy to reel in and it's easy to set up. Overall, out of 10, I would give this rod, again, I would give this a 9.8, a little bit higher than the Mach because, Mach, whatever, just because it's very, very sensitive and you can feel the slightest bites on it. And again, if you're a beginner, make sure to get this because you can throw anything very, very far. I say I can throw this rod, the bait on this rod reel than the speed stick, probably about 20-25 yards further because it's so tiny and has that whip to it on the tip of the pole to throw that very, very far out there. So again, yeah, I give this a 9.8, and this is one of my favorite rod and reels. This is my favorite rod, and this is one of my first bass rods. I think I got this about 6 or 7 years ago when I started getting into bass fishing. Because before I was a bass angler, I liked to catfish a lot, but then I got into bass fishing too, and now bass fishing is my favorite. Again, you guys can recognize the brand. What do you think it is? Another ugly stick. It's a 1-piece rod. On there, it's 7 foot, again, medium heavy, so you can throw mostly anything on there that has some decent weight on it. You can throw the little finesse rods on, you can't throw the little finesse baits on it, but it's kind of challenging, so I thought that one was before I showed you guys. But on this one, I do not have a Ugly Stick Shakespeare reel on it. I actually have the Daiwa Strike Force 2500B spinning reel on it. The reason why I like this reel, as you guys can see, is it holds a lot of line, and the main thing is it's durable and it lasts pretty good. I think I had this for about 8 or 9 months, no problems with it. And guess what I paid for it? 80? Nope. 100? Nope. 200? Nope. $13.99 I paid for it. I got it off Tackle Warehouse. Again, Daiwa Strike Force spinning reel. You can see it has some decent drag on it and all that. The reason why I like this is because, again, it's durable, easy to cast, and it also has like kind of like a cushion where you hold the reel. And it does provide. I have caught about 15 the 20-pound channel cat with it. I mean, overall, if you guys are looking for a cheap reel, you want to go out there and spend $80 or $90. Go on, again, hitting the ceiling, go on tacklewarehouse.com and get this reel. Again, the Daiwa Strike Force 2500B spinning reel. So, yep, you guys could see. Alright, so, as you guys can see, I like to go simple. I don't like to go with anything too expensive. But I do have some more bass rod and reels upstairs, and those probably range from 1 to 150. But those aren't my favorite rods, and those three I like to go to because they're easily to fit in the car, and they hold up really good when you have a big bass on it, even a big catfish on it. So yeah, I would recommend going to Bass Pro, Cabela's, even Walmart, and tacklewarehouse.com just to get those rod and reels. They're great fishing rod and reels. I mean, they'll hold up again. If you're a beginner, I would recommend those. I don't really like the expensive ones because I think, to me, there's no point in getting them if I can go out there and buy a $50 to $80 setup. But again, yeah, guys, those are my favorite rod and reels to use. And again, if you can do me a favor, come below. Let me know. I got a big problem because all the ponds are all frozen, and if I go to the stream, I haven't caught anything. Let me know what to do in winter fishing, what you guys want to see, because I can't go ice fishing because here in Cincinnati, it does not get as cold for the ice to freeze up that much. It might. I don't think I'm going to go up there tomorrow and see, but to be honest, I don't think I can ice fish around here because it doesn't get that cold, and you can't fish in it because the pond is all frozen with ice, so you can't bass fish. But again, you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that like button, and as always, catch big fish. Have a great day.